Hey guys, welcome to Pokemon Day 2025. There should be a holiday for every franchise. When's Garfield Day? When is Hello Kitty Day? When's Godzilla Day, right? So I'm gonna do what I did. I don't think I did last year, but to be honest, there probably wasn't any crazy news anyway. Legends ZA, but so I'm gonna do the same thing this year. Try to make a tradition out of it. We'll try. Before I hit play here, I'm just gonna give a few minutes of my predictions, and really just kind of sort of like what they should be announcing, like if they're smart. I'm going into this like 100% blind. So I've managed to avoid spoilers entirely, and it's actually a few hours after this aired. I was out doing stuff, so I didn't see any of the sidebar stuff. I purposely blocked it out, didn't look. So what I'm going to say right now is after the disaster that Gen 9 was, and I'm not saying Scarlet and Violet is like the worst video game ever made. It's still Pokemon, so it's still kind of fun, but glitchy. Do I even need to bring up, since the Switch generation, not all the Pokemon are there, right? It's glitchy, it's slow, it's just not the best the series has ever been. I still did ultimately enjoy it. As a matter of fact, I really quite enjoyed the Blueberry Academy DLC. I actually found that to be a refreshing change of pace. It actually had a bit of challenge to it, a little sprinkle of spice, if you will. I guess that's that Gen 5 magic or something. Since it's supposed to take place in, and the trainers use a lot of Unova Pokemon. So, anyway, predictions and what needs to happen. I'm not expecting anything like Gen 10, maybe a teaser. I'm expecting Legends ZA news is like the big thing at the end here. I'm going to have to pull this up in the edit, but I'm pretty sure for the whole Scarlet and Violet fiasco, I'm pretty sure Game Freak or Nintendo or both put out some kind of statement saying like, hey, we're really sorry, we're going to take an extra year to develop the next game or something. Like they broke the pattern of having a yearly game, and I think for last year at least it was just the DLC. So this year I'm assuming is Legends ZA. I gotta say, Legends Arceus was one of the best Pokemon games I've played since Pokemon jumped to the Switch, frankly. Since like Ultra Sun and Moon. I hope it's as good as Legends Arceus, if not better. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. I'm expecting news on that front. Maybe a couple designs revealed, show us more of how the game works entirely within Lumio City. I'm expecting just little news for all the little apps. Unite news. By the way, quick plug. I'm going to be recording a patch notes video. I already saw the patch notes, so it's not really a surprise to me. It's more like me getting angry at Unite for like 2 or 3 minutes. So that's what I'm... Look for that after this on the channel. Other than that, big predictions. If they announce anything to do with Gen 10, if I'm Pokemon, if I'm Game Freak, you do one of two things, okay? Because to me personally, if all the Pokemon were included in Scarlet and Violet, I'd be personally way more willing to overlook some of the flaws, some of the flaws of that game, for like all of them, right? And that doesn't mean that you, like, similar to what Gen 5 did, you could have the entire, like, single-player campaign of the game, like, before you beat the league and you start trading and battling online and all that, only have the new Pokemon, but have them programmed in. Maybe you unlock them after, or you can trade them in and out from a separate game, but you can't catch them in the wild. And that's assuming that they even want to introduce that many new Pokemon. Because another thing about really starting at like Gen 6, the new generations have been getting smaller and smaller. Ever since the introduction in Gen 7 of regional forms, that pool has decreased even further because there's new regional forms of older Pokemon, which I'm not against. I'm just saying, in order to have that as for Gen 10, you need to have a bigger generation. And I'm all down for it. It's going to be, next year is going to be Pokemon's 30th anniversary. I am only slightly older than this series, which is insane to me. So if you don't go down that route of having all the Pokemon in one game, Battle Simulator. Something like Pokemon Showdown, but maybe with some 3D graphics. A separate game, a live service game or something. Not that they need something else to charge a subscription for, like Home or something. But that's what they need to go down that route. So something like that. And the only other thing I could say, and this, I would say it's out of left field, but I guess it's kind of a pattern at this point, unfortunately, is Gen 5 remakes. And given how the Gen 4 remakes were handled, I kind of want Gen 4 remakes before I want Gen 5 remakes. Other than that, I don't know what to expect from this. So I've talked long enough. Let's actually watch the thing. That is really loud. Is that loud for you guys? I don't know what OBS is set to. I have a limiter on here, but like Pikachu's footsteps are like piercing my ears, dude. They're stabbing into my ears right now. All right, nostalgia bait music.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company. Today, February 27, is Pokemon Day. This is the date the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan.
Pokemon is almost a leap year baby. Just let that sink in. By the way, if there's certain news or segments of this I don't care about, I might jump between them, frankly. Just to let you guys know.
Marking the beginning of the Pokemon series. It's been 29 years since the birth of Pokemon, and we've reached this milestone through the support of all you trainers around the world. Thanks to all of you, it's now possible to enjoy Pokemon each day in a variety of ways.
I know Japanese, I don't want to get on too many tangents in this video. I know Japanese business ethics can be quite dubious in general. Like Japan is like everything that's bad about like industrialism and capitalism like cranked up to an extra notch, even like the West doesn't see, generally speaking. But I do get the impression that some of the old heads of Game Freak, Pokemon Company, Nintendo, I do get the sense that they're not quite cynical, just like greedy, hand-wringing businessmen. I do get the sense that they care about the artistry of video games in at least an abstract sense. I'll say that. I'll be as nice as I can, because there's like a 50-50 chance I'm going to shit on a bunch of stuff in this video, so I just got to front-load it with compliments.
We hope to keep bringing you new experiences to brighten your day-to-day lives with Pokemon.
We're making Pokemon real.
In today's broadcast, we'll be sharing all the latest news about Pokemon, including our newest titles. Please enjoy the presentation.
Well, I should probably silence my phone. That's probably a good thing to do. Oh,
It's the Netflix series Pokemon Concierge.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is just going to be another season. It's like a mini-series. There's like 5 episodes or something on Netflix. And like, it's not the most in-depth thing in the world. It's just, like, I hate when people say, oh, movies, oh, that was so fun. That was, or comfy. Like, because it's a movie or a show. It's like you're watching it. But, damn it, just kind of like Animal Crossing is like a comfort game, quote-unquote. This series, like, I remember when I saw the announcement for this, you can watch the video, plug. I was like pretty nonplussed because they didn't really show much about it. I'm not gonna flip my fucking table over in excitement or whatever, but yeah, no, this was cute, and I don't know, I'm down for more of it. It's a show that feels like Pokemon, but also feels strangely grounded in like the real world.
Taking place at the Pokemon Resort on a tropical island, the story follows Haru, who is still finding her feet as a new concierge, and Psyduck as they grow together through their interactions with the resort's Pokemon guests. Its charm lies in the warm visuals that can be achieved only through stop-motion animation. And new episodes of Pokemon Concierge are in production. They are slated for release in September 2025.
Very nice. I mean, you can't sit there and tell me it's charming. I know it's charming. Now I naturally have to be, like, on the defensive. You can't be the highest-grossing media franchise of all time and sit there and be like, you will like this because it is charming. I mean, I hate that they're right, damn it. I'm not even arguing that it's not, but fuck you, don't tell me how I'm supposed to feel, you fuckers. God
what sort of
damn it.
Pokemon will Haru and Psyduck welcome as guests next?
Digimon
Take
are
a
coming
first
to the
look
island.
at a few of the Pokemon they will meet in this motion test footage. Just look at the personality and how they move. But there's more. For a limited
It's weird that everything else is fuzzy and Corphish just looks like a plastic episode. Oh, look at that. They were going to be on YouTube. stop motion is hard, so like they had to use that footage for something. So I'm not even hating on that, and they do a good job with the stop motion in the show.
The first 4 episodes are available to watch on Pokemon's official YouTube channel for free. Please take this chance to watch them if you haven't been able to tune in to Pokemon Concierge yet, and we hope you look forward to the new episodes as well.
Pikachu? Jesus Christ, dude. What are you trying to do? You just trying to sniff me, bro? What if they just had Pikachu come to the screen and just... like Bear in the Big Blue House? Like, you smell good today.
Hello, everyone.
That's
I'm
so weird,
Maximilian
dude.
From the Pokemon Company. Next, we have a number of other announcements to share with you.
He's just gonna do this every time, huh?
Pokemon Go Tour Unova Global will take place on March 1st and March 2nd. This event...
Just gonna say, banger remix of the Pokemon Go theme here. By the way, I don't know if they're gonna mention this, but apparently Niantic is maybe gonna sell Pokemon Go to, I forget the name of the company, but it's a company that, it's kind of like Tencent in the sense that it's affiliated with like the Chinese government. It's like a Saudi Arabian company or something. So like when you, when you buy like 99 cents worth of Pokeballs on Pokemon Go now, you're funding the Saudi Arabian government. Absolute peak clown world, dude. Peak clown world. Let's go.
Can be enjoyed at no cost from anywhere in the world where Pokemon Go is available. During the event, the legendary Pokemon
Okay, I gotta find that remix. Is that remix gonna be available anywhere for us?
Black Kyurem and White Kyurem will appear in raid battles and elsewhere. Also, trainers will soon have a chance to encounter Victini and Shiny Meloetta. We'll also share promo codes for everyone to enjoy. We hope you're looking forward
Wait, yeah, go back.
Shiny
What is it?
Meloetta.
So, okay, so this is, I'm assuming, paid. It says Tour Pass Deluxe. That sounds like shell out money for it.
We'll also share
And it's cool that it's there and everything, but like,
promo codes
I don't know,
for everyone
locking shiny legendaries behind a paywall, I don't know how I feel about that. That being said, what is this? So this is one Pokemon of your choice. Oh, cool. Okay. Alright, so that's cool. We always, little freebies are nice. It's like when you get a sticker in the mail with something you ordered, you know?
to enjoy. We hope you're looking forward to the new season 2.
Fuck Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire remakes. Wait, okay, I'm gonna guess. New card expansion.
Let's ride this wave! Surf's up! We're heating up! Let's give it our all!
Oh, this is fucking Pokemon Master Sex. I know it's Master ZX, but come on, it's everyone calls it that. It's funny. I do. The outfits are crazy, dude. Like, look at the as a champion.
We're heating up! Let's give it our all! Pokemon Master ZX!
I mean, I barely play that game. I'm not gonna lie. I think I still have it downloaded. I said this last time too. I think I log in, and then every time I log in, I'm like, there's a bunch of free like, please come back stuff. We miss you. Please believe me. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that they always throw at me, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, but the game, it's not even like a bad game. It's like still Pokemon. It's just too gotcha-y, I don't know, man. It's cool. 3,000 gems. Go get them, guys. Go get your gems. And this is gonna be Pokemon Cafe, right? Remix. I do like the Apple. Thank you. I couldn't think of their names. I was Flapple and Appleton, and also Hydrapple are some of my favorite Pokemon from the last couple generations. And there's some real stinkers in the last couple generations. So I do like these two quite a bit. They feel like Pokemon in a way that's also new, in a way that some of the other Pokemon don't feel like Pokemon and feel like they're trying too hard to depart. Like these, I don't know how to describe it. It's just something about the overall design. But that being said, Cafe Remix is a fun little puzzle game, and it's always fun to do their events. So again, so far we're just positive. We're just positive vibes right now. We're wholesome chungus today, dude. I always forget that Appleton's eyes. How does he see? You'd just be like looking at the fucking ground all day. It's so gross. Like Loki, it's kind of gross. I'm just glad they're supporting that game, you know? Good for them. Oh, this is Pokemon Sleep again. And what, a Darkrai is gonna give you nightmares in Pokemon Sleep? What the fuck? Is there gonna be a Cresselia? Yeah, I was gonna say, you would want Cresselia, which is, I think, supposed to be like a Sweet Dreams Pokemon? I don't know. It's like the contrast to Darkrai. I would... If you get bad sleep, Pokemon Sleep's gonna plug into your fucking brain and give you nightmares. Good luck, buddy. Have you been outside? Have you like looked at the news? Have you existed in the world today? The nightmare's outside, buddy. Okay? Nothing you can do in this game is gonna top it. I tried Pokemon Sleep for like a week because I happened to get that ball thing that was in the other video. I said, oh, I might want to get this from Pokemon Go. I couldn't find it, actually, for the better part of... For like a year and change. I only got it like a couple months ago. But I finally saw it. It was, I think it was like $10 off. It was sitting on like... I want to say a Walmart clearance or something. And I was like, oh, yo, I meant to grab this. I tried Pokemon Sleep. It's not that accurate, man. It relies a lot on like sound and like motion. You have to keep either the Pokeball itself or your phone on your bed. First of all, I sleep with my partner, so like between both of us moving and all the sound we're making, the app was like constantly like failing to record and register sleep. So just to let you guys know. Oh, here we go. Unite. I've been playing more Unite than the actual mainline games lately. I don't know how to feel about that. Oh, we already knew Suicune was coming. If you didn't, hey, guess what? Suicune's coming. Unite stuff leaks like every... Well, I don't want to say every other week, but Unite stuff leaks all the time. And then Alolan Raichu we knew was coming. Alcremie I didn't know was coming. That's cool. I like that. Now, here's the thing. What's the time frame on this? Because Pokemon Unite has been releasing Pokemon way too far apart. Like, way too far apart. And the game's suffering from a number of other issues that they need to kind of reel stuff in, you know? The rumor is, and we'll see here, that some of the features from the Chinese version are going to come to the international version, right? And while that would be cool, I don't know if the Switch can handle it, and I don't want to switch to being a primarily phone player. I already got my Brawl Stars, dude. I don't need to be at, you know what I mean? So, well, let's just see. Let's see what they have to say. I have a lot to say about Unite, okay? That's all I'm saying. See, April. Coming soon means May or something. It's like, I hate to say it, because it's already hard enough to balance this fucking game. You gotta do, like 2 releases in a month. At least every other month have an extra Pokemon. I know they can't have every Pokemon in the game. There's so much I have to say about Unite. I'm not gonna bog down this already long video. Excuse me, with a Unite tangent. Look forward to plenty of Unite content from me. I think I said that last time. I say a lot of things, okay? But this time I mean it.
Remote Stadium will be returning to ranked matches. Enjoy intense
By the way, just going to say right here, because they're bringing it up, Zapdos, way better than Rayquaza.
In the unforgettable Remote Stadium. A new type of battle is also arriving, called First to 500.
This is from the Chinese version.
In it, a new feature called Eos technology allows you to gain special effects when you score a certain number of points. Plus, look forward to an updated map.
I will say, this will probably, at least temporarily, bring more people back to the game. Whether they stay long-term is another story. But I'm interested to see how this game mode changes things. Because... Again, I don't want to get too in-depth on this. There's probably a lot of people who don't play Unite who might not care about this part. But it's kind of like my big thing with Pokemon right now. So the way that this mode functions, first to 500, meaning games can be ridiculously short, really long if you're both equally good at defending your goals. This I'm so down for. Because this game... Granted, I play consistently. I've been playing it for years. I have so many old game clips from years ago now that I need to combine. I'm working on a video like that actually right now, but it's just a pain in the ass getting files off the Switch. So look forward to that. And this, as far as I'm concerned, only good things can come from this.
With updated wild Pokemon, the win condition is simple. Be the first to score 500 points.
Wait, what'd that say on the right? Use all Pokemon as much as you'd like. So you can... So... Oh, it doesn't release till March 1st, and as much as you'd like. So, okay. The question is it going to be considered like a quick battle mode, or like, how are they going to do it? I'm curious. I too like to stand in the middle of busy, well, maybe not very busy, but somewhat busy metropolitan transportation hubs and open Pokemon packs. What the fuck is this, dude? Every pack you've been opening has been collecting it looks like neurons, like a neural network. We've been using your phones to harvest even more information. We're feeding it into our Pokemon AI or something. That's what that looks like. We're taking your very souls away when you swipe. Your souls are going. Oh my god. That's tomorrow! Dude. They're already going to Arceus. Where are they going to go from there, man? Special missions are coming. Cool. Okay, from tomorrow. And then you get a free pack with a guaranteed rare. That would explain why I got that this morning while I was pooping. I was like, why do I... And I was like, oh yeah, Pokemon Day. So, go grab them before they disappear. They're not going to be that generous for long. Oh, no, rank... No! You don't need rank... Oh, my... You know what I liked about this game? That there wasn't a ranked mode. Oh, my fucking God. Not every... I'm so sick of ranked mode. Again, I'm going to leave the big tangents for their own videos. But suffice to say, just so I can bring it up here, is a... Let's call it a teaser, okay? I hate ranked mode. In every game. I'm starting to hate the concept itself. Is so ridiculous. The idea that it's like, oh, when you want to lock in and actually play competitively, you go to ranked. When you just want to have fun, you go to casual. It is so terrible. Look, there's more important things in this world than video games, okay, frankly. But goddamn it, I care about video games. So I'm just going to say, ranked is actually bad for video games. It's bad for video games. Look forward to a big, frankly, very nerdy video from me about ranked casual split in games or whatever. Ranked modes. That's all I'm saying here. This sucks. That's bad news. This is gonna be a Journey Together, I guess, right? Which I think is already out in Japan. Does this shit look like Yu-Gi-Oh, man? Like, what is this? It looked like the cards were gonna kiss. They were like... Like, okay, there's already... Forgive me, I'm just kind of getting back into the cards thanks to the TCG Pocket app. By the way, quick plug. I already have one up, and I'll be uploading even more Pokemon card content, if you like that kind of stuff, over on Dusk Unboxings. But that being said, I'm pretty sure EXs have still been in the recent sets. I don't know if like they replaced EX with VMAX or something. I could be completely getting this wrong. I'm just wondering why they're highlighting EX as though to say... Or maybe because they're Mega Pokemon returning because of hidden... No, I'm sorry. I almost said Hidden Legends. Legends ZA. Legends ZA is bringing back Megas. Okay, that's another thing. By the way, they need to bring back Megas in general to the franchise, which is what I'm assuming they're going to do with Gen 10. If they have any sense at all, and they want to sell merch of cool Pokemon figures to, like, kids, and maybe me, then, yeah, bring back Megas. All right, anyway, sorry. You know what's crazy too? Like, okay, the way they just said that, like, I just want to focus on this for a second. That's clearly going to be a theme for, like, the rest of this stuff. Oh, Mega Evolution is back. So, I don't know if they're just going to treat Mega Evolution in the new games as, like, oh, this is now the gimmick. We're back, if they're going to cycle gimmicks. Or if, like, they think they need to treat it like, oh, man, it's coming back just for this generation. If they're smart, they'll keep it back and not go to Dynamax and Z-Moves and terastallizing. All those things have their own place in the game, by the way. I've come around on most of them, more or less. I mean, Dynamaxing is still, like, the weakest of them to me. But if they're smart, they will keep those features in the game. Might have to do some balancing, some tweaking to them to get them to all work together. But since they're all pretty much item dependent, I don't see any reason why you couldn't make those things work together. It would be chaotic, but it'd be fun chaos. And it's crazy to think about too, but Mega Evolution and really Gen 6 is like X and Y at least are well over 10 years old. When did Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire come out? They were like 2015 or 2016, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, these things are like almost 10 years old if they're not already. So they're cycling back now. Mega Evolution to me, by the way, feels like yesterday.
Next,
That's crazy.
allow me to share some news about the Pokemon video game series.
Already?
In the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games, we're celebrating Pokemon Day with a Rotom phone case giveaway.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, I like that.
Along with a mass outbreak event and other in-game events to come.
Mass outbreaks of red, green, and blue colored Pokemon. So they just appear randomly, or do you need to do anything, or do you have to make a sandwich in the game? But I don't know. Sure, you know what? If you guys want to see a stream of shiny hunting, maybe I'll do it. I don't know. It's not like my main thing. I do have some shinies, but it's not like. But if people want to watch that, then I'll do it.
Come. A mighty Meowscarada, Skeledirge, and Quaquaval.
Okay, let's see. Upcoming, so just for like a week you can I'm still not sure what the mighty thing is, if it's just like a special ribbon or something, but it does mean that particular Pokemon, outside of hacking a clone of it or something, is more valuable, I suppose.
All will appear in a series of Terra Raid battle events. And even more Pokemon are planned to appear in the future.
All the
We hope you continue to
pseudo-legendary
enjoy the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games. Next, please have a look at this video.
If this is going to be something big, it's kind of crazy that it's like right in the middle, which means that I'm assuming they only have big stuff, unless they just end this off with like a bunch of small crap of like, I don't know, they already covered all the little apps, so yeah, this is all got to be big stuff. Let's go. Lock in, boys! I didn't know the original red and green cartridges were gray like that. Why are they so sweaty? What the fuck? Yeah, it is a little hot in here, right? Wow, they're actually acknowledging the existence of Battle Revolution. That's kind of nuts, dude. Battle Revolution slaps. The music, soundtrack, fantastic. Why is she dressed? Wait, I'm sorry, can we just... I need to see this chick's... She fucking looks like a Pokemon. Like, look at all the people around her. Well, maybe not this one with the green sheer cape thing. What's going on in Japan, dude? Is this how people are dressing for real? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of into it. It's like neo fantasy. Like, she looks like she should be in a fucking anime or something. So it's like a new app. Oh, this could be the battle simulation thing that I was talking about, where if you want to have all the Pokemon, a live service thing on your phone and possibly on your computer that they can keep updating with the new generations, you know? Let's see. Or they're adding it to home or something. Wait, I gotta go back. Is that a Switch or a I thought it might be on the Switch 2 or whatever. Let's see. Why is everyone sweating? It's so gross. What the fuck? It looks like the, well, I paused it like the worst possible frame. It's kind of got the sword and shield aesthetic of being like as a sports stadium, which is one of the few things about Gen 8 that was like really good. Okay, hold on. What did I just say 5 minutes ago, guys? If this is a battle simulator that is dedicated to having all the gimmicks in one thing, that's great. The question is, how are you? I mean, can you just generate your own Pokemon? Does it matter, or can you transfer them from the home app or something? Like, are you really transferring data between a phone app and I guess it's a Switch game? I don't know. Let's find out. That's my question. But if this is what I think it is, that's fucking fantastic. So it's Switch and iOS and Android. I mean, I don't know if Pokemon would ever put anything on PC, but they should put that on Steam or something too, you know? And I mean, hopefully Switch 2, but I guess since we have, what is it, March next month, we have the Switch 2 presentation. Presumably this would be on that as well. Hopefully it runs all right on the Switch. Then again, if this is primarily just a battle simulator, it might run better on the Switch since it doesn't have all that like story mode and cutscenes and a bunch of additional graphics to store onto that card. So it could run pretty good on just the original Switch. This is a step in the right direction. I don't know how I feel about the phone app part of it, but this is what I'm talking about. So this is like I've been wanting to make a video about this for years, so they're kind of beating me to the punch as far as saying it. I might have mentioned it in past videos. But this is kind of the logical progression to go with Pokemon if you want the single-player games to focus on a limited selection of Pokemon and, like, the experience of the region or some crap like that. So let's see what they say about the mainline games after this. That's what I'm curious about. Question is it a paid thing too, right? Is it another paid subscription, you know?
What you've just seen is the world's first glimpse of a new title, Pokemon Champions. This title will be focused on the Pokemon battles you know and love from core Pokemon games. Pokemon Champions will continue the tradition of pitting your skills against those of other trainers from around the world, but this time we're aiming for these core-style battles to be enjoyed by more players than ever before.
Is that why they had everyone sweating? Because they're saying, like, oh, we know you're a bunch of sweats. Like, you know, the phrase sweats, or I'm playing really sweaty when you're trying to do really good in a game. Are they actually, is their marketing team is like, yeah, we got to call people sweats? I got to show my girlfriend that. She's going to love this video. She's like, why is everyone sweating? Why are they all dripping?
Game Freak, the developer of the core games, is carrying out the planning for this project.
Which means it will be the most busted code you've ever seen. I shouldn't be cynical. This is more or less good news. So, but just
While
I would
development
assume
is
that
being
they were
handled by the Pokemon Works.
Pokemon Works. Did they not work with Genius? What were they called? Genius Sonority or Genius Sorority? It's one of those two. On the GameCube games. That sounds familiar.
And Pokemon Champions will be coming not only to the Nintendo Switch family of systems, but to mobile devices.
Nintendo Switch family of systems. Okay. I like the subtle, like, we can't officially announce it yet, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Cool.
Too. You'll be able to choose how you want to play based on where you are. What's more, you can also connect with Pokemon Home. Thanks to this connectivity, you won't be limited to using Pokemon you can partner up with in Pokemon Champions. You'll be able to team up with Pokemon who joined you on your...
Oh, you know what? I noticed this the last time, too. This guy says Pokemon. The guy who is, like, dubbing this guy, I think it's the same voice. It's like saying, like, Pokemon. But anyway, so one way into or out of certain games, right? It says, and other titles. I'm assuming Legend ZA and then presumably Gen 10. So But here's the question: if you send something from Pokemon Home back and forth, right? Home is like a dedicated server, so it still encodes the data in terms of how the game would generate it. So is Champions just its own separate server? And again, it brings... Well, let's see if they tell us here, but is it paid as well? Because then it's kind of... Again, it's the thing with Home where it's like you're paying to keep your Pokemon in purgatory. So let's
Adventures in previous Pokemon games. We hope you're looking for...
see. Can they all use the same... Can they all use their old moves too, by the way? I want my Power-Up Punch fucking Charizard back, dude. My Mega X Power-Up Punch Charizard, dude.
Forward to
All right.
battling Pokemon trainers from all corners of the world.
But this is a step in the right direction.
Stay tuned for future announcements regarding the launch date of Pokemon Champions.
Not mad about this at all.
Next,
Step in the right
we'd like to
direction.
share some information about the languages Pokemon series games will be available in. Mr. Tomás Cortijo,
We're
please take it away.
cutting it down to just English and Japanese.
Saludos a todos.
Everyone else, sorry. Oh no, I guess they're
Desde
expanding.
la nueva oficina de Pokémon en la hermosa Ciudad de México. Soy Tomás Cortijo, director regional para Latinoamérica.
This feels like
de
I can kind of
Pokémon
skip
Company
ahead here.
International.
I might skip ahead.
El día de hoy,
Okay, not gonna lie,
Finally.
skip that.
Here's the latest update on Pokemon Legends ZA.
That's what we've been waiting for. No, I don't like the way he just stared like he was gonna kill me into the camera there, though. I love Gen 6. People are probably gonna come around on it now that it's nostalgic. Gen 6 always slapped. Wait, how much is left in here? Okay, there's a good 6 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes dedicated to this. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna get before we new forms of Fralgator and all that. I will say though, it's weird that it's is it weird that it's 2 Johto Pokemon and then just 1 Unova? They didn't like mix it up, but that's kind of weird. But I was gonna say this game is supposed to take place in the past? Question mark. Does the Pokemon Legend series, can it jump around? Because this looks like a more advanced version of Lumio City than even what we saw in Gen 6. I kind of hate those default outfits. I'm assuming this game will have customization. 1, like Gen 6 did. And 2, like Legends Arceus did, though. Great outfits in that game, I'll say. Okay, very cool. Did he just jump with the Rotom phone, man? Why not just... Well, I'm sure they'll have your Pokemon be able to use abilities, but it's just funny that you can use the Rotom phone to jump the rooftops or whatever. You're like Sly Cooper, jumping around the streets of France, dude. Wait, can you actually dodge the attacks like in the anime by having your Pokemon run? Obviously that would not be in the main series games, but that slaps. That's kind of cool, dude. That's kind of cool. Mega Pyroar. Show me Mega Pyroar. Oh my god, dude. Is that even older? His name was just Az, right? The tall guy? Yeah. He's like scrawnier and older now. I think that was his name, right? And now look, we promised to add the Az's Floette DLC, but now it's here. I'm not hating or anything, like good for them. At least they remembered. I mean, look, like I said in the beginning, I was already hyped for this game. So,
Pokemon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokemon series.
I think I'm gonna have to get. I loved the aesthetic of Ancient Sinnoh or Hisui or whatever in Legends Arceus. So I guess I'm just gonna have to accept that this is like a different aesthetic. I'm sure they'll bring it up like it's futuristic or whatever. I do love just a different take on Pokemon games, and I'm gonna be real. If this is half as good as, or if it's as good, I should say, as Legends Arceus, then my thought on that should be, this should be the single player of the game. Should have these features. The story mode should be like this: expansive research missions, quick catching, quick battling. I know that the actual open world of this game is probably going to be more limited than Scarlet and Violet, but frankly, it'll probably be, well, one hopes, fingers crossed, more well-designed and speaking technically, better programmed, more well-implemented than Gen 9 was, right? And so to that extent, I think this should just be what the solo single-player content should be in these games. And then multiplayer should be your battle sim. So you send your Pokemon from this game to go battle. I'm fine with that. That's good. Frankly, that's what I said they should have done years ago. I never published it, so you're not going to believe me, but I swear to you, they were telepathically Professor X reading my thoughts. It's no one else. I'm kidding. Okay.
The story takes place in Lumiose City, the largest city in the Kalos region. Prism
It's
Tower
Kalos.
stands tall at the
Kalos.
center of this city of beautiful vistas. These days, Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and Pokemon truly share.
See, I don't see what having it be high tech means. Like the Pokemon really limited from interacting with people by having it be high tech or not. No, obviously not. So it's going to be the villain's plan. We're Elon Musk and Pokemon. We're going to plug the Pokemon into the Neuralink, whether they like it or not. Wasn't that just kind of the plot of the Detective Pikachu movie, more or less?
After you arrive in Lumiose City to see the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your first partner: Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile.
My girl's favorite Pokemon is Cyndaquil, so she's going to be so mad. Well, to be fair, Cyndaquil was in Legends Arceus, but still, it's like weird that it's 2 Johto Pokemon.
You'll choose one of these Pokemon to accompany you on a new journey as you get to know Lumiose City and its
Dude, are we
inhabitants.
going to finally get Mega Meganium?
Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally.
Although I will say, it's going to be, what would you call it? Kaloshian forms of those starters. Are they going to be the only ones with a Mega form, or is regular Feraligatr going to get one too? Whoops. Let's knock something over there.
Either Urbane or Tawny. The hotel where you'll be staying is run by AZ.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry.
The hotel
Okay, it's just his hairs. I was going to say, does this motherfucker have a furry tail? Dude, like, don't even
where you'll be
don't
staying
even do
is
that.
run
dude.
by AZ. You'll also meet his partner, Floette. Lumiose's redevelopment is being managed by Quasartico Inc.
Quasartico.
You'll become acquainted with the company's CEO Jet and her secretary Vinny. The different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose
I feel like she's, on the one hand, half of the people are going to be like, oh, obvious twist villain, and then the other half are going to be like, oh, fake out, what's the word, red herring villain. And I feel like it can kind of go either way, so I'm not really sure what to, like, declare here, you know? I'm not a graphics snob. Again, if you have all the Pokemon or if you're doing this battle sim thing, I'm just saying look at the texture on that stone path there. I'm not going to act like Legends Arceus didn't have some graphical whiffs in it as well. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing it out because I know people are probably going to use this as a meme on like 4chan. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Richard. To help people and Pokemon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive.
Now, okay.
Wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive.
The game's not out. So these could be much larger, maybe because this is the first one, and it's probably the first one you get introduced to, kind of a tutorial area. It could be bigger. First of all, how are you going to have wild Pokemon? That would be like, there's a cab here, right? Imagine you're a cab driver and you got to drive through parts of like a city that just randomly have like a zoo's worth of animals just running around, right? Like if it's a wild area, it's like an entire population, but I digress. You'll notice if you look back here, the other side of the gate to enter and exit on the other side of the other street is over there. So they might show footage in this that'll prove me wrong when I hit play. I'm just going to say that's a bit of a concern since this game is contained entirely within Lumiose City. Will you be able to... Will there be bigger areas, basically? Because this looks pretty small. That's all I'm saying. Like, remember in Sword and Shield, some of the shortest routes in that game.
To catch one of these wild Pokemon, aim carefully, then throw a Pokeball. If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target. If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target.
All right, so
making
first
it
of all,
easier to
why is
catch.
this not pausing? Let me just go back here a little bit. First of all, do we have a fairy type Meganium? That kind of makes sense looking at its design, I'll say that. I like this. This is, I'm assuming these will be on your A, B, X, Y buttons, assuming that you throw out your Pokemon. So that's actually even more advanced than what Legends Arceus did, I believe. Because once you threw out your Pokemon, you were locked into like a cutscene. This seems like you could do it entirely from the overworld. This is like the game that like way back in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, that like fake trailers would come out for a game like this. That's absolutely a step in the right direction. Not mad at that at all.
And use its moves to weaken the target, making it easier to catch. This game offers a style of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles. Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing.
Oh, it's kind of real time. Like, again, this wouldn't be like in the battle sim, but I'm kind of down for this. If there's a way to balance something like this relatively... I don't even want to know if I want to use the word competitively, because that gets into the whole ranked thing I was talking about earlier. But this could be a fun... If this is well implemented, I assume that they're test running this stuff. Why does it look so blurry? What the hell is going on here? I never upped the quality, but even it still looks blurry. Whatever. This would be great to keep as like a side kind of mode. This is like the anime, and I'm sure that's what people are looking for.
And positioning carefully to gain the upper
Down with that,
hand.
man. Is every battle like that? Because sometimes I would like more turn-based battles, and in Legends Arceus, I did like the, what was it called, like quick and strong style moves. I hope those return. Like, I do want some traditional turn-based battling, but this is awesome. I'm not like shitting on this. This is cool.
Lead your partner Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move.
And here's a good question. Is there difficulty settings? Because you look here, when he bought out Onyx, he had like 12
Swap Pokemon
years to dodge that. You know what I mean? Is there a level of difficulty to this? Although it does actually look like he still took damage there. Look.
Partner
Hold on a
Pokemon
second. Look on the
through
bottom
battles
left.
and dodge
He took
incoming
damage.
attacks. Swap Pokemon
Okay,
if
so
you
that
need
he
to
didn't
and
dodge it. I thought he dodged it. I was like, yo, that's like 12 years they're giving you to dodge, man.
find the right moment to unleash a move. What's more, certain Pokemon can go beyond evolution by undergoing Mega Evolution.
And certainly they have to have some new ones. Like, for example, the starters.
When a trainer's
right?
keystone resonates with the Mega
I
Stone
don't
held by
want
their
them to show
Pokemon,
everything,
the Pokemon will
but
do
show me
more than
like
just change shape.
just the starters. Show me some new.
It'll
Megas.
unlock a new level of power, turning the tide of battle in its favor. As Lumiose continues its transformation into a city that belongs to both people and Pokemon, who knows what kinds of encounters and experiences will await you.
A city that belongs to both people and Pokemon. So I'm gonna guess that the villain's plot is to like use the technology to lock people out or something, and like return to nature through technology or something like that. It's like if Elon Musk, or I don't know, it's such a trite example to use him, but like if Jeff Bezos was like, I'm forcing you all to grow tree, like my Amazon drones are gonna drop a tree seed in your backyard with every delivery or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm kind of curious the direction they take the narrative in this game, let alone the antagonist's plot or whatever, because it seems like it's equal parts return to nature, embrace wild animals, return to monkey and all that crap, and also like high-tech integration and all that shit. Very eloquently put, I know.
Pokemon Legends ZA,
Late 2025.
coming late 2025.
Gen 10 definitely at least next year, if not later. Which, by the way, totally down with. Unless they're gonna be like, oh, just kidding, Gen 10 right now. Promotion match. fuck? That was it? What the fuck? What the fuck was that? So is this like the villain's plan? Is like, we're gonna use Pokemon battling leagues as like a secret evil way of like...
In late
That's the vibe I
2025.
got from the... The fuck? Like, imagine if your phone just like woke you up and it's like, hey, guess what? There's football on tonight. Hey, you're gonna watch, right? You have to watch. Gotta get your social credit, right? That's, I'm assuming, supposed to be Lumiose Tower. So, like, they got me with that. You know, you did it. You reeled me in. You got me.
Pokemon
Oh,
Legends
you
ZA
got
is
me.
scheduled to release in late 2025.
I will be well into streaming more often by then, so I will absolutely stream this game. I believe my Twitch down in the description, and I'm going to be setting up accounts and multi-streams on different websites as well. If I get to the point where I can stream on YouTube, I'll do it here, so I'll absolutely be streaming this game, by the way. Quick plug.
We hope everybody can wait just a little longer for their adventures in Lumiose City to begin.
Listen, if you make the game good, and you make this new battle simulator, what was it called? Champions? You make them good? Honey, you take all the time you need.
That concludes our announcements for today. Thank you very much for watching.
So, pretty much everything I said was almost, well, there's nothing about Gen 5 remakes. But everything else, yeah, no, everything else kind of, yeah, okay. So I'm guessing Gen 10 is probably going to be on the Switch too. So, we probably won't get news about that at least until this March thing. Maybe just the project. But I feel like they don't want to... why would they want to compete with themselves when this is the big holiday release for this year, right? Yeah. You know, I gotta say, use this to contrast to my 2023 one. Much more positive this year, because this is a step in the right direction. All the Pokemon, presumably, at least in some game, in some form, with all the gimmicks, hopefully all the moves, right? We want the unmitigated chaos. We want the official Pokemon Showdown. And that seems like that's what that's slated to be. So, what can I say? When more news about these games comes out, if there's anything worth talking about in a video, then I'll talk about it. I'll definitely stream Legends ZA. I loved Legends Arceus. Definitely going to stream Legends ZA. I think I still have to finish getting all the Pokemon in Legends Arceus. So I have about a year to do that. I mean, it's not like I can't go back. But, you know, I might as well finish it before the new one comes out. So, yeah, everything here looks pretty good. What can I say? I'm so used to being mostly negative about Pokemon. It feels kind of weird. I feel like I need to be angry about something. I need to be angry. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a subscribe and a like and a comment, and I don't know. Look out for the next video. Hey guys, Editing Dusk here. Just wanted to point out something I didn't catch until looking at the footage again for the editing. If you look on the bottom, I'll read this out loud. Limitations apply. At the time of release, only select Pokemon will be available for use in Pokemon Champions. Not all Pokemon available in Pokemon Home will appear in Pokemon Champions. The Pokemon you can send to Pokemon Champions via Pokemon Home are limited to Pokemon that appear in Pokemon Champions. Pokemon you have originally obtained in Pokemon Champions cannot be deposited in Pokemon Home. The Pokemon you can bring over to each game via Pokemon Home are limited to Pokemon that appear in those games. In each game. Okay. So, first of all, there's a lot to unpack here. Pokemon, I'll go from the bottom up. The Pokemon you can bring over to each game via Pokemon Home are limited to Pokemon that appear in those games. So we already know that main series games, presumably, are going to continue the trend of being limited, really for no reason, but if they're going to have a battle simulator, right? So hold on. I think you see where I'm going with this. See, I had to end the video on an angry note, and there's potentially one here. Okay. Pokemon you have originally obtained in Pokemon Champions cannot be deposited in Pokemon Home. Now, I'm assuming the implication of that means that there's a generation or genning aspect to Pokemon Champions, where you can just kind of make or maybe rent battle-ready Pokemon. Just kind of like Showdown, you plug in the stats and just make them up. And so they don't want you to transfer those like perfectly made Pokemon to the main games. I kind of get why, I kind of don't. Like, breeding Pokemon is just such a... And I gotta say, the way Scarlet and Violet did breeding was so bad, I had no interest in getting into like online battles, like almost no interest. So that's interesting though. So there is a confirmation that you can obtain Pokemon within Champions. The next two parts are where I'm like, okay, hold on a second. You had me, and now I have to get angry potentially. The Pokemon you can send to Pokemon Champions via Pokemon Home are limited to Pokemon that appear in Pokemon Champions. So I don't. It does say at the time of release, meaning they could have plans to have all the Pokemon. I'm not even sure, by the way, if all the Pokemon are in Pokemon Home. I would assume. So right off the bat, that's like an indication that for some reason they're holding back all the Pokemon in this game. It could be for balancing reasons. Maybe it's just something like, I don't know, maybe not all the unknowns. It could be some technicality like that to give them credit. But I'm just going to say it right here. I'm trying to be positive because the reaction was positive, and that was this morning. And it seems like this is all a step in the right direction. A tentative step in the right direction. If they launch a battle simulator that still has a limited pool of Pokemon, they're fucking retarded. And I gotta say, they could be, there could be trailers that explain this more in depth. But do you guys remember that initial Pokemon Presents? It was an early Sword and Shield one where they had Masuda sitting there with like a Score Bunny and Sobble plush or some shit like that. It was the first time that they announced that not all the Pokemon would be in the game. Do you notice how they didn't highlight this? How it's like shoved down in the corner? Limitations apply. The fine print. The fine Steen print, one might say. This is... That's, like, unacceptable, dude. Like, it's like, what's the point of even having a battle simulator? You're supposed to be mitigating a huge problem with the franchise that you've had for... when did Sword and Shield come out? Like, 2018, 2019? So something you've had for more than half a decade now. You're supposed to be mitigating with this app. Not having all the Pokemon in this... Unless it's something technical, like, oh, maybe not every form of Spinda, or every unknown, or something small like that. That is absolutely unacceptable. And really, it's just a smack in the face to you, the players. So, and my question is like, so what? Why have a limited? If this is going to be like the new home of VGC or competitive battling, as they showed in the trailer, sweaty battling, right? Why limit it to any limited pool of Pokemon, right? So that they can create their own like intentional meta, their own tier list, their own like that's stupid. That's stupid. Just have the fucking, I don't know. So this is like, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna take the cope option and say maybe they just have that there as a disclaimer. But guys, bringing back Megas and Terras together and presumably Dynamax and Z moves and all that, that's fine. Where are all the Pokemon? And presumably the moves and, the moves, the items, I guess, So, do you see what I'm saying? One step forward, two steps back, right? Like, again, prove me wrong. Pokemon, talking to you here, Pokemon. Prove me wrong. That's all I'm saying. Prove me wrong.